Hello, everybody. Welcome to tonight's Zoom. It's September 15th, 2015. For the ones of you that watch this tomorrow, welcome to you as well. And again, I appreciate everybody that shows up because I couldn't do this without you. Uh, there's Kim. Hey, Kim. And Dawn has agreed, and if things work for her, she's going to share with us her expertise in essential oils. And Dawn can tell you a little bit about herself. I'm in the meeting. Do you need me? Yeah. And they're telling me they're doing birthday cake down there, so they're gonna have to do it without me. I did make it to the house. I have a grandson having a birthday today, and but I'm not gonna eat any of that cake anyway. Speaking of that, I come into a big bowl full of all kinds of candy and cupcakes and cookies, and I was glad to come upstairs. I'm doing very well, and even though it wasn't hard, it was still a temptation that I don't like to be around, and they're everywhere. And that's the good thing about the challenge, is that it's just not an option, because I'm in here with all you guys, and anything I do I shouldn't do is going to take away from the overall effort, and that's what all this is about, is pulling together as a team and getting where we're trying to get together. Anybody have anything they want to share? I know I can share that my first weigh-in was yesterday, and I lost 2.2 pounds. Yeah, so I'm headed in the right direction. Jessica, I saw, has lost 5 pounds. Does anybody want to share any of that information?
I weighed in late. My scales kept saying error, wouldn't register.
Oh.
It's on.
Let me get out of here.
Wow.
Let's get this to go. Don, can you hear me?
Okay.
Yes, I can.
All right, there we go. Let's get to the beginning of this. And we'll get started with tonight's Zoom. We have 4 coaches in the room, 5 coaches really. Me, Tony, Dick isn't around much because he's sick, and Marcia and Dorothy, of course, our resident artist. And any of us are available to all of you for anything that you need. And my PowerPoint, there we go. And so I wanted to bring you up to date on the Healthy Games. We have contacted Meltdown Challenge, and Dina has moved herself into a category of, I think I'm gonna mute you, Dawn, just for a little, because I'm hearing background, but I'm not sure it's even you. We'll see. Okay, and so we really will move up in the ranks now, because Mike is leaving the Healthy Games completely. He has a situation with his family, and that's way more important than what we're doing. And so he has contacted, or he is in the process of contacting Meltdown Challenge, and they're going to remove him as a participant in the room prize. And Dina is going to hang out, but not as a participant in the room prize. So neither of their points are going to count for or against us. So that's taken care of. I have been receiving, and I haven't even shared this with the other coaches, but I've been receiving emails from people in our upline that are commenting on our room and how close we all are, and how is it that we're able to all do so well and get in there and get our points and the participation. And it's really the team. It has very little to do with me, and it has everything to do with all of us. Outside of that, does anyone have any need or question in regard to the Healthy Games themselves? I noticed some people weren't getting points. Did you know what to do when that happens?
For those coaches, or are you asking that of everybody?
No, of everybody, because a few people, like Don, I'm going to unmute you now. There's a few people who, by checking their points, I think, Kim, didn't you have a problem with points or something?
No, mine have come through.
All of
so
yours
far.
have come through. Okay. So anyone that has any discrepancy in their points, they can go to the contact us button up top of your in the room and let them know that you're missing points, and they'll add them in the admin side. I think that's where Dawn said she saw the ones that she missed. This week is Fitbit in our room. And past challenges, we've had Dawn win a Fitbit, and then Gary won a Fitbit, but Gary's not in here this time. So getting your points puts you at least in the running for a Fitbit. Dawn is going to talk to us a little bit about the essential oils. So we're going to talk about measuring, and then we're going to take some questions. Essential oils, I have been introduced to them through my friends Dorothy and Barbara and Gary and Dawn. This is something that's not new to them. I think Dawn's background is in this in terms of she practices homeopathic, and she's willing and wanting to give us the benefit of her experience. So the next time you drive by a field of fresh peppermint or hike through a pine forest, breathe deeply. You're experiencing the soul-soothing power of essential oils, but essential oils are more than nice scents. Essential oils have also been used for thousands of years for cosmetic purposes as well as for spirituality and emotionally uplifting priorities. Primarily extracted through careful steam distillation, but also through cold pressing, the purest essential oils are far more powerful than the botanicals from which they were extracted. These health-promoting botanicals can be diffused, inhaled, applied topically, incorporated into a massage, or taken internally. So I'm going to let Dawn take over from here. Go ahead, Dawn.
And I don't know what you showed because I was gone.
Do you see what we're showing now,
Dawn?
Dawn?
About doing thieves and lemon oil tonight.
Can you see my screen, Dawn?
Yes, that's good. Let's leave it there. Yes, I can.
So go ahead.
Can you hear me?
We hear you fine.
Okay. You guys. Okay. All right. Every oil has its own property, which does inspire the positive emotional states, and some of them do more like joy or release. Every oil has its own specific thing that it does towards emotional state. They all have something that can enhance physical wellness, whether it's applied topically, whether it's inhaled through a diffuser, a cotton ball in your vent of your car, or on your vents at your home. They will help purify the home. You can use them on your skin. Some of them can be directly on the skin. A lot of them have to be put in with carrier oils. I like almond oil, pure organic almond oil, or pure organic coconut oil. Or if you use what Young Living has, they call a V6 mixing oil, because some of the oils are too harsh to go directly on the skin. Or if you have sensitive skin, some other oils are really tough for you on that skin particularly. And then create deep spiritual awareness. When I became a massage therapist, I actually used an oil while I was studying for my national certification. And then before I walked in to take the test, I used the oil again. And if you use the oil while you're studying and then you go to take the test, it will help you to remember just by smelling the oil, the things that you learned while you smell that oil. So that's part of spiritual awareness, part of it will bring back memories and things like that. Anybody have any questions about any of that?
No.
Okay. So, did you go to the thieves one? All right. Thieves. This is a multi-purpose. I am never without this oil. Okay. It's being used here right now at this house because they got sore throats, swollen glands, straining sinuses. The baby's even got it. I mixed it with coconut oil, put it on the body. You shouldn't use it without it being diluted. Okay. All oils can be used on the feet, but thieves is in like a tea. Put 1 or 2 drops in your tea cup and drink it. It will physically soothe a sore throat, even strep, and it will actually help heal it. Okay. Thieves is dominantly and an immune builder. I personally take it in a capsule every day along with a couple of other oils, which in the first picture she showed, there's clear capsules. That's how I do it. This will help you with that. Colds. Diffusing this will get rid of the germs in the air so other people don't get sick.
What's the best way to use it in the
If you
air?
wanted to put stevia on a spoon and a drop of the and then let it dissolve on your tongue to use it like as a cough drop. Let's see, periodontal disease that will help it. You can put it on gauze. If you have a sore tooth, you can put it on gauze, roll it up, put it by where the tooth is between your gum and your teeth, and it will actually pull the infection right out of your tooth. I've used that personally. Babies can use it for teething. Cold sores, canker sores, you can use it on bruises, cuts, and splinters. It will help bring it to the top so you can run your finger over it and pull them out. It was considered an anti-plague in Europe. They used it to stop from getting the plague. Diffusing, does everybody know what diffusing is?
Yeah.
No?
Hello? Can we still hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Everybody knows what diffusing is?
No.
No.
Okay. Diffusing. Okay. A diffuser is a special apparatus, can be done with water, and it does it in such a fine mist that you actually can breathe it in. It will help you by breathing it in. Or you can put it into, they have them for your car, and you put them on a cotton thing, and it will, by heating up in the little plugs it used to be for cigarette lighters, that's a diffuser. Or a wall diffuser that they sell with the things at the market, which I don't even know their names. The fans that diffuse, sense out the scents through your home, those are a type of diffuser, but these are used with things that won't harm your body. Okay, I'm looking at here, oil pulling. That's a really great thing. I use thieves for oil pulling, but I don't do it in water. I do it in coconut oil. and you gargle with it you start at 5 minutes and try to work up to 20 minutes.
That was a new term for me about oil pulling. I remember when I found out about that.
Now Dawn, that helps bring up phlegm and
It's
stuff.
really kind of strange. It works really well. Yes, and it gets rid of infection that's in your mouth, your throat. It's a pretty amazing how it works. And if you can gargle back with it, but if you use coconut oil, don't spit it in your sinks. You gotta throw it in a garbage can, not into a toilet or a sink, because coconut oil will solidify and clog up your drain.
Very good advice.
Let's see. Honey is the other thing you can put it on. When you're drinking tea, if you got a sore throat in the flu season, you put 2 or 3 drops of thieves into water to make a tea. You use honey because it's an anti-inflammatory with a little bit of cinnamon. It tastes pretty good, and it's going to soothe immediately. Plus, then you have the effects of it helping you to actually heal what's going on. When you can massage it on the bottoms of your feet where reflex points, where if anybody's ever had reflexology, you can massage any oil on the bottoms of your feet, but these specifically for the flu, cold and viruses, your throat, your stomach, your intestines. You can put it on all of those, but if you put them on those areas, you're going to want to dilute them with the oils that I had mentioned before. The thymus, does everybody know about the thymus thump or
No.
where the thymus gland is?
Go ahead.
Okay, it's right under the sternum. It's under the sternum, and if you press, Aunt Jan, if she's on, she knows where it is because I taught her that. But if you press on your sternum and your sternum is tender, that means your immune system is not working the way it should. So if you massage it in, and that's one of the places where you can put thieves is on there, but you have to dilute it because it could cause a rash. And then that helps to boost your immune system by doing it above the thymus gland. If you put it diluted underneath your armpit and underneath of your arm, about like where your bra strap is and up to your armpits, don't do it after you shaved. But after that, you can put it on, and it helps to stimulate your lymphatic system.
Wow.
By putting it under your arms. And that's, like I said, thieves is one of those that are, unless you're drinking it or taking it by capsule, you pretty much want to dilute it. I use it on my actual sinuses diluted all the way around underneath my eyes. Just don't get it in the eyes. If you get it in your eyes, it will burn, it will hurt, but it won't physically hurt your eye. But it'll hurt, but it won't physically cause any damage to your eyes. And the other thing is, if you're pregnant, then it's a counterindication to using this oil while you're pregnant, as far as topically is concerned. You can use it internally. Anybody have any questions on that one?
I do, Dawn. I wonder, does it have any nuts in it or anything? Just because I have, my son has a nut allergy, and this sounds like a really great oil.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, it only has cinnamon, cloves, rosemary, lemon, and eucalyptus.
Okay.
Those are the oils that are in there. It's a great, like I said, when Connie showed that picture, there was a little pink bag. That bag carries in my purse.
No, I didn't show
That's
that
one
yet.
of the oils that's in there.
Dawn, I didn't show that yet.
Oh, okay.
Here, it follows.
Okay.
It follows
All right,
the
well, then
lemon,
when we
honey.
show it,
Wow.
that's fine.
Interesting.
I know it is. Go ahead, Dawn. There's your lemon.
All right, lemon. Lemon, I use every single solitary day. I use it in my water. You want it in glass, never in plastic. Okay. Lemon, like it says here, is great for the stomach. Use 1 drop in the water. I usually use 3, but you don't have to keep adding, because when you shake it up really hard, it actually disperses onto the bottle, so that when you refill that bottle again, you still have part of the oil in there. So you can usually get 2 or 3 fill-ups with the 2 or 3 drops that you put in your water each time. It helps heartburn. Driving, you inhale or diffuse it when you're driving or at night, promotes clarity of mind.
Wow.
They put it in homemade soap or in your shampoos that are unscented. If you shower in the morning, you use lemon. If you shower at night, you use lavender, because lemon is invigorating, lavender is calming. Okay. Lemon can help with phlegm by gargling, just kind of like salt water, same kind of thing, will help with the sore throat. It is an antiseptic, antiviral, astringent, it's invigorating, it's refreshing, it's considered a tonic. It can fight food poisoning, helps with anemia, asthma, cold, fevers. It will help reduce the fever, along with peppermint is another one. Peppermint will bring down a fever within seconds. If you put a child in a bathtub with 1 drop of peppermint in the water, it will bring their fever down with less than a minute. Throat infection, ureter infections. If you have a UTI infections, lemon helps with that. It helps with varicose veins by mixing it with a carrier oil and putting it on varicose veins. It will purify your water. It helps with white blood cells. It's a great cleaner. It will take off of things. I can use it to take nail polish remover off, because I cannot use nail polish remover, and pure lemon oil will take off my nail polish. It's a soother. It helps with the capillaries, gout, heartburn. It helps dissolve cellulite, clarity of thought, digestive problems. It gives energy. That's kind of why in the morning you want to shower with it, like in your shampoo or whatnot. It will help dissolve gallstones. It promotes a sense of well-being. And it's different than lemon juice or lemon. When people have bladder issues that they cannot do lemon, you can still use lemon oil. It will not have the same effect as you do at the urgency or the having to go when you use lemon in your water. Body system affected are your digestive, your immune, and your respiratory. That's part of the reason it's in the thieves together. It promotes healthy living, physical energy, and purification. Its fragrance is invigorating, enhancing, and warming. Okay, and this is a big one for you guys in Florida. If you put it on somewhere, like if you like the smell of it and you want to put it on your wrist or on your chest or whatever, you can't be in direct sunlight with it for 12 hours because you may get burned from it on there. So that's really important. And you can use it on your reflex points on your feet, but you do not have to dilute it on your feet. It's fine. And you can also diffuse this one.
I have a question.
So, anybody else have any questions?
I have a question, Dawn.
Okay.
Can you repeat what you said about varicose veins?
Say that again, Lisa.
Varicose veins.
Yeah, varicose veins.
I
What
heard
did you say?
varicose veins, you can actually use it directly, as does not have to be diluted if you're not going to be outside. If you're going to be outside, you're going to want to dilute it with, like, say, coconut oil into a container. In the picture Connie's going to show in a minute, I have lemon oil, grapefruit oil, and orange oil in a container of coconut oil that helps break down cellulite, which lemon also does, and helps to the swelling and whatnot of varicose veins.
Woohoo!
So that's one of the things that you can use it straight, but you don't want to be out in the sunlight with it straight.
Okay.
You want it diluted if you're going to sunlight. No problem.
Dawn, you say don't, if,
Yeah.
like if you use it on your feet or something and you have shoes and stuff on, you still shouldn't be out in the sunlight? Or is it just if it would
No,
be?
you can use it on your feet.
Yeah.
Yes, you're fine in the sunlight on the bottom, because you're going to want it on the bottoms of your feet. The only thing is, if you got sandals on, the top of your feet is where your bronchioles are. So if you had like a bronchial infection and you were using it on the top of your feet, or your sinuses, which are your toes, okay, then if you had sandals on, then you're not going to want to have it on the tops of your feet. But the bottoms of your feet is perfectly fine to go outside with.
I would like to mention that somewhere in my cruising on the internet, I found a picture that shows, like, list all the reflex spots on your feet, what works on what. So I'll see if I can't find that and put that up, because I think that would go well with the oils you're talking about.
Yeah. Young Living has their own that they use for reflex points. I personally, just through experience, many years of doing it, I do have them. The charts are wonderful to use. If anybody wants to get a hold of me and they have an issue, I'll shoot a picture or a video and shoot you where you and what you should do as far as reflex points. I've done it on my mom. She'll tell you I've killed her by pressing on her feet and said, you know, this is what's going on, or what I think is going on, to have it checked out. So that's how I check my kidneys. If there's a bladder infection, if you're in adrenal stress, those kind of things all are your reflex points. You have it all on your feet. So that's great. If you can get a picture, because I don't have any of my stuff here. So that would be wonderful if we could come up with a.
I'll send it to you, and you can see if it's close to what it needs to be before I put it out for everybody to see.
And Don, so all the email addresses for each person are inside the, well, aren't they inside the room? Maybe not. You just click on their picture, and then you write to them. That's all you have to do. So y'all can communicate. And also, let me add here, since I've thought of it, for the new people, we go in and we friend each other for anybody that's on Facebook. So then we also have a Huddle Up room that we use when the challenge is in operation. And if you're not in the Huddle Up room, please shoot me an email or something and friend me on Facebook, and I'll get you into the Huddle Up. And then that's another place where we all communicate with each other and share ideas. But that's year round as opposed to just when the challenge is on. Go ahead, Don. Are you ready for your next page?
You can put me in the Huddle Up room, Aunt Connie. You have my information.
Yeah, I think I covered everything on there, unless anybody has another question.
That's true. I hadn't added you, Lisa.
I don't know, Dawn, as you're going through this, I'm very interested, because when I'm listening to you talking, I'm thinking of chemicals I can do without, medications I can do without. I spend a fortune on Pepto-Bismol and Tums for my husband, so I'm going to get some limonol. That's going to save me a lot of money.
Well,
and is healthier.
Yes, and it's healthier.
Pepto-Bismol is, you're better off with apple cider vinegar. All right. Now, The big thing in the back is about a third of what I used to have.
This is
That
Dawn's
little pink
personal
thing
stock.
is a zipper pouch that holds like, this holds 13 different oils that I carry in my purse with me everywhere. They come in a 5 milliliter bottle or a 15 milliliter bottle. And you can have a roller. That's what that one little thing is, a roller. You can actually, like if you have wintergreen or peppermint, they're great for pain. So you can actually put a roller right on top of those bottles and roll it over an area that there's pain. Put the lid back on. Later on, use it again, roll it back on. The other shiny thing in front of it is a clear capsule. And that's how I take my oils internally. I just pull the small part of the lid off, put however many drops of whatever oil I want inside, put the small part back on, and swallow it.
Wow.
Every single oil by Young Living can be consumed. The other 2 tubs are what I was talking about. The one on the bottom has fennel in it. It's used as my deodorant, and it's an antibacterial, antifungal, and it can be used anywhere, and it's for pancreatitis. So those are what I use. And if you do not have bacteria in your body, your sweat shouldn't have an odor. All right. The top one is the one I was talking about for cellulite, varicose veins, that has lemon, orange, and grapefruit oil in it. And those are the ones I use to try to get rid of the flab that I now have because I lost weight in my arms. So,
Well, thank you, dear.
anybody have any other questions?
Thank you so much.
Don, where do you get these oils?
No problem. I use only Young Living oils. They're food grade.
You're going to take the straps off the...
And you get them where? The Young Living?
Marcia, I'm going to go ahead and do something down
Correct.
here in terms of making them available. Lisa, Janice had Young Living oils up there when we were there. Did you notice that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, well, she can also. She's just new and learning about this too, but I think your daughter is selling Young Living oils, but so you might want to check with her about that.
Oh, I will.
And
will.
yeah, and I think that Dawn, aren't they available in health food stores and stuff too as well?
Yes, I'm not Dawn.
They're sold at a retail price if you get it from those type of stores. Yeah.
Yeah. Stephanie, was that you that answered that?
Yeah,
So, do you use oils?
I do.
What do you use and what for?
I use lavender. I use tea tree oil. I use coconut oil. I use some other ones, but my go-tos are tea tree, and of course I use coconut oil for everything.
And how long have you been using oils?
For a long time.
Yeah. See, I'm only just learning about them. Carol, do you know anything about oils?
No, I don't, but I sure need to know.
And Dawn's going to do a new oil every week for us. Anybody else? Anybody else used oil or have anything to add to that conversation?
I just can't wait to learn more.
Yeah.
I didn't hear very much of the conversation because I have my best friend's putting down her dog, so I had to talk to her. I really had to talk to her, and she was a little upset. But I do use oils. I didn't get to hear much. I heard parts of the presentation. But I have Young Living. I have a decent amount of oils that I use for lots of different things. I make my own Febreze because Febreze is full of chemicals. And it's only baking powder. Yeah, it's only baking powder, distilled water, and then essential oils. And I use lavender most of the time.
So Marcia, you see where you are connected, right?
Yeah. She didn't tell me she used them when I was there.
Well, I got to tell you, it's only been brought to my attention in the last 6 months. And it's like when I went to Colorado and visited and saw Janice had them, and then Don had helped us when Tony was sick with different oils. And then Dorothy's sister Barbara, she had oils over in her house, and found out Laura has oils in her house. So I'm around people who know about them and use them, but it's not something I had been exposed to at all.
I'm very interested, and especially I think some of them might help Dick.
I'm thinking that too, Marcia.
Yeah, I know
So,
you got called on her.
all right. So let's move on to why measure. This was actually Don's suggestion last week too, and it's a really good subject to cover. And the things that get measured are the things that get done. And if you think about anytime you go to the doctor, anytime that they're doing your blood pressure, they're measuring your oxygen, they're taking your temperature, they're taking your weight. All of those things are for a reason. And like it says, the things that get measured are the things that get done. Now, the same is true when you're taking care of your losing weight. Have you ever spent several weeks exercising, watching your diet, only to watch the scale stay on the exact same number day after day?
Yes.
Yes, all of us have done that. So, and this is where the importance lies. And, the scale doesn't tell the whole story. In fact, if you're working out, your body's changing. Your heart is learning to work more efficiently. Your circulation is getting better. And deep inside your cells, you're actually growing more mitochondria. All of these changes are necessary for the weight loss to happen, but it's hard to get excited about changes that we can't see and feel. So if the changes are happening and you can't measure them and the scale isn't moving, how do you know you're making progress? Scale weight can be a useful number to know. Even better is knowing your measurements. It's possible for your scale weight to remain the same even as you slim down, especially if you're losing fat and gaining muscle. I went ahead and did the mitochondria, because when it said that it affected the mitochondria, I said, well, what does the mitochondria really do that applies to us? And as I found out, it's the powerhouse. Mitochondria are known as the powerhouses of the cell. They are organelles that act like a digestive system, which takes in nutrients, breaks them down, creates energy-rich molecules for the cell. The biochemical process of the cell are known as cellular respiration. Many of the reactions involved in cellular respiration happen in the mitochondria. Mitochondria are working organelles that keep the cell full of energy. So I thought that was worth knowing, since what we're doing is about making our body work better. And if we can improve it on this level, then why wouldn't we, right? When working towards a healthier body, you should always remember the following. Your body differs
That's right. Very important.
Yeah. Your body differs from everybody else's body. While we share a number of similarities as humans, what works for you may not work for someone else. What you know about your body now will change dramatically as you continue to age. A 10-year-old's body differs greatly from a 20-year-old's, which we find obvious because we can see it. Our change in appearance in adulthood isn't so dramatic, so we don't always notice how different our bodies become. What works when you're 20 may not apply when you're 30, and those changes continue throughout your life. And we experience that because we have different ages in our team. And I don't know if you guys pay attention to Dorothy and I as being the older people and Marcia in the room, but you can learn from bad choices we've made and not do it to yourself, because the sooner you get it right, the better effect you're going to have for a longer period of time. And patience matters. Progress doesn't happen overnight. You may not notice. You may notice very little change in the beginning. When setting weight loss goals and creating your plan to achieve them, ignore the mirror and other incredible imprecise measurements for the month. Micro measurements don't look like progress. The difference a month of positive work can provide does. Seeing that change requires patience, and that's where the tape measure helps. When the scale's not moving, the picture doesn't look different, you can always put that tape measure around your body and you're going to see the difference. I like to use a pair of jeans. I think using your wardrobe is a great indicator. A good sturdy pair of jeans don't lie. You may have a number to go by, but you'll know if your composition has changed when gauging anything related to your health. Never forget to measure how good you feel as well. So it's not just about the size you are, but are you sleeping well? Do you have energy? Do you feel better in general? And all of those factor into taking care of your health.
Can I interject, Aunt Connie?
Please.
I have to share that I have lost 100 pounds 3 times, and I've been up and down with my weight. And something that I found out, and this might sound silly, but like last year I was in the challenge and I lost 24 pounds and I was almost at my goal weight. So I cleaned my closets out. I had size 20 down to size 7s, and I cleaned all the big clothes out. And then I quit working the program, and guess what?
Yeah.
I needed those clothes I just threw out. So now I just went and visited my daughter, and I had gained nearly 50 pounds from my earlier success back. So I just bought clothes to fit me at 190 pounds, and guess what? Now the weight's falling off. So that might just be a curse thing with me, but I think I'll keep some of those larger sizes clothes because it seems like when I get rid of them, I put weight back on. But that's just a paradoxical me thing, but I just thought I would share.
I think we can all identify with that. So there's a proper way to take measurements. Place the measuring tape across your nipples and measure around the largest part of your chest, and be sure to keep the tape parallel to the floor. On the chest, place the measuring tape just under the breast and pecs. I actually find that to be the one where it shows the difference the most because it's always in the same place. And you measure around the torso, again, keeping the tape parallel to the floor. And around the waist, it says to go a ½ inch above your belly button or the narrowest part of your waist to measure around your torso. When measuring your waist, exhale, I didn't know that, exhale and measure before inhaling again. But there again, you'll be able to get a more accurate reading. Hips, place the measuring tape across the widest part of your hips and measure all the way around while keeping the tape. Yes? Go ahead.
I just want to interject about the exhale and inhale, and that was part of when we were talking. That was part of what we were talking about a couple weeks ago about people not breathing right. Because when we inhale, your belly should go out. And when you exhale, your belly should go in. That's why it should be done on an exhale.
Oh, okay. Thank you. And I love the little breathing exercise.
People take in a deep.
Thank you, Don. Thank you, Don.
There we go.
So now we have some things that have happened. The crackers are old news, but since they're the last news, I figured I would incorporate them right here. But we do have 2 new products, and it's crackers. We actually had crackers before, and they took them off, and now they've added them back in. This Thursday is Optimal Health Day. Walk Across America. Dr. Anderson will be promoting it tomorrow. You'll start seeing in the evening news. Our neighborhood is going to gather at the office, and we've done this. This is our 3rd year, and we will walk around our property. We log the miles that we walk, so any exercise you do on Thursday, please give me that amount and I'll include you in the total. And at the end of that day on the nightly news, you're going to hear the grand total for the 3rd annual National Optimal Health Day, and you'll probably hear Dr. Anderson as well. So get on board to getting America healthy. Do
you know what station, what network it's going to be on?
Well, it should be on I would think CNN would be the place to actually get it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Those new crackers are delicious, y'all.
Say again, Lisa?
I said those new crackers are delicious. I eat them with my mashed potatoes.
That's good. That's like potato soup, isn't it?
Yep.
I remember a story that my coach told when I first got on the program, and I think she was using it as an illustration and just in case I was eating outside of the program. But she said she had a lady on the program and she was never losing weight. And she went through and had her log all her food. And what she come to find out is when she was eating the soup, she was also eating saltine crackers that came from the grocery store. So yeah, I remember that story. Do we have any questions or concerns that you want to address at this point?
I'm just glad the crackers are back because
You use them for
use
your
them in
meatloaf. Yeah.
yes, and my meatballs and when I coat anything like Parmesan, eggplant Parmesan or anything like that, I use them in the cheese puffs.
Uh-huh.
And I use a bag of one serving of each
Right.
instead of breadcrumbs.
Right.
Wow.
And it's great. And she also uses that on her eggplant Parmesan, right? You
Yeah.
use the Parmesan cheese puffs for that.
I use
Boy,
both.
that's
I use
using
both.
your head for more than a hat rack.
So good night, y'all. See you next week. We're going to go
Bye.
to our full screen so we can see everybody. How was this tonight? Anybody learn anything?
Oh,
Learned a lot.
I liked it too, and I look forward to hearing Dawn next week too.
Yes. Thank you, Dawn, for sharing all that.
Yeah.
I've got to get a hold of Dawn because I really think maybe from what she was saying, some of those oils might help Dick because he is not doing the best.
Right. Well, anything you can do to feel better.
Yep.
I wanted to say thank you, everybody. I'm so glad I made it this time. I forgot the time difference last week, but it's really nice to see all of you and hear your voices and be more familiar. And just want to thank you all so much because y'all are sure keeping me motivated.
Lisa is one of those of my invites that I ask her every time, and she was nice and didn't come, and I've got a lot of people that's the case of. And it was interesting today because she shared with me why she never came to the challenge. You want to talk a little bit about that, Lisa? I thought that was nice.
Yeah, I've been rolling through life without any kind of a routine or structure. I have a little girl, but even with that, I was not in with the computer and active with all that kind of stuff like I used to be. But I told her the reason why I didn't join was because in my mind I pictured it as being this big, complicated, technical, having to mess with the computer and doodads and requiring a lot more of my time than it's actually turned out to be. So I'm glad that she kept at me because she sure inspired me. And I found that she just kept gently insisting until I finally gave in. But I'm so glad I did because I'm finding that it's not difficult. It doesn't take a lot of time, but it sure is making a big improvement in me holding myself accountable. Yeah. And I don't get out much, so I don't have a lot of interaction with people. So one of the best things is the interactions and the postings I'm getting in here because it's just the team thing just has me, motivated. I don't want to let the team down, so I want my points, and that's holding me accountable. So I love it. I'm so glad she gently persuaded me to join finally.
So anybody else want to say anything before we end this meeting?
So is it Lisa or is it Griff?
Oh, it is. She put Griff on there, but it's Lisa.
So I was like, posting, good job, Griff.
I'm having a hard time with the Griff.
Which do you prefer?
Either or. That's just
okay.
All my computer things, Facebook and all that, all have Griff in it. So either way, I guess you're my friend. You can call me Lisa.
Okay.
Well, you can't undo years of Aunt Connie. It's going to be Lisa with me no matter what.
It's not Aunt Connie. It's more like Mom.
Mm-hmm. She calls me Connie Mommy.
Oh, Connie Mommy.
Yeah, that's sweet. Well, listen, I love you guys, and I can't thank you enough for coming here tonight. And we'll have something special for you next week.
Thanks so much.
Yes, Dorothy. Dorothy's
Right.
saying something. Dorothy's saying something.
I don't think anybody knows that Jan's even on there.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, yeah, I can see Jan.
Late and we didn't say hi.
Better late than never, right?
Yeah. Hi, Jan.
Hi.
Hi, guys.
Bye.
Good night,
See you
everybody.
guys next week.
All right. Good night.